So we're working on these last couple of things, which are pretty much just technical-based exercises, picking and two-finger speed. Both of them are pretty important, and I do believe that they're going to help you quite a bit because so far there's really only one major like highlighted sort of issue with your guitar playing, and that is your technical let's say formality.
Okay.
Because there's informal guitar playing and then there's formal guitar playing.
Sure,
and
sure, yeah.
if you want to get really good at technique, well, you have to be on the formal side of guitar playing, or technique, formal technique. You need to develop a formal technique, because your skills are pretty good. Your rhythm skills are pretty decent, but you notice that when you go for these technical things, that your song, when you learn songs, it's fine. When you improvise, you're pretty good with that. I mean, we'll boost that a little bit. We do have a weakness in the improvising section here with the riff making, but your soloing's okay. Like you can just kind of jam around and stuff. But
I've been working. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. But the last thing is our technique. We have to develop the formal technique. And, of course, this is probably a very boring topic for some people, but for me, it's very interesting. So why don't we take a look at the last thing that we have here, the two-finger speed, and just see how that's all going to play out.
All right. I do want to make one request, which is that at some point, I don't know if you remember, but like a lesson that was like a month ago or 3 weeks ago or something like that, and at the end you're like, all right, let's just like find a random song, and we played put "Gimme Shelter" on. You're like, all right, tell me, what I think you said, what key is it in? I think we figured out it's in I think we figured out it's in C major, right, or something.
Like
but
C sharp minor.
Yeah, well, it was like, I mean, I guess it was a C sharp. Yeah, it's exactly what it was. It was a C sharp minor, right?
Probably.
It's the minor pattern over the C minor, and that was like that. And funny enough, like I was just like going through a YouTube playlist, and like a ton of their songs are in that same key. It must be based around like Mick Jagger's, singing voice or something like that. So he has, good available range.
Well, C sharp minor is, I guess it's A sharp major. Is that right, or is that wrong here? Oh yeah, it's E major. Sorry, E major and C sharp minor. So E major is a common key on guitar, right? E major.
E major.
E major.
So like the like the major pattern sitting on a regular E is what you mean.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna solo over it, in other words, like that's what you would start
with. Our guitar is tuned
to
E. We usually play an E minor, but you could play an E major, and then you'll get an C sharp minor there.
Right. Oh, I see what you're saying. So you're saying like.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, because that would be the logical next step up from C sharp minor would be E major.
So what was the request? You want to do more?
No, just
stuff?
that we like
more
play,
song
like
stuff.
like pick a song, like we
Sure.
just like choose like some random songs and then just like test
and try to jam over it.
Like to be like, okay, what key is it in, and then help me me develop that skill of identifying the proper key for the song.
I have like a whole like section on that, like a whole level or lesson on that in the 5th book, not on the 3rd, because the 3rd is just for barely sort of getting the basics down, but
right.
That's kind of a difficult challenge, is to pick.
But I was actually like having a pretty fun time with it. Like I was fun, like playing all these. I ended up just sticking with Rolling Stone songs just because they're like they're pretty simple. They're not. There's not a lot of like key changes or anything like that. I mean, it's just a lot of like pretty reliable, simple formats that they have. Yeah.
All right, so we'll try some of that stuff too. Okay.
I just changed my guitar tone too, so I don't know how good it's gonna sound now.
Alright, so we're gonna have to do this, oh man, that's cool.
Dude.
Yeah, we're gonna have to, this is gonna be tough, okay? I just wanna put this out. It's gonna be tough, and it's probably gonna be boring, and it's gonna be really frustrating, I think. But if you understand formal guitar technique, you're gonna have an easier time, you know, being able to play anything you want. Right?
Dude, look at this.
That's a good pick, man.
And look at the picture.
The Clayton? Yeah.
No, look at the picture, like the guy's hand with the guitar pick.
Oh, that, yeah, oh yeah, of course. Well,
it's
that's
the same pick.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, that's the first thing we actually have to look at right here is your pick posture, as you can see here. Let's take a look at the, you've seen this before, right? The 2-finger speed exercise, just kind of going through the different combinations of fingers. You want to try that real quick, just to remember how it goes?
Oh yeah.
You want to try playing that?
Yeah.
Just so we can make sure you know what the pattern is. 2, 1.
So, does it matter where on the guitar, or?
It doesn't really matter where, but I would suggest around from fret 9 to 12 on the 3rd string is pretty okay. Generally comfortable. We're gonna go to 3. I'm gonna do twice on each one, yeah? So 3-1 now. Index and ring.
Index and ring. That's what I was doing before.
Oh, well, we should do 2-1 first. 2 times, and then you go to the 3. And then you go to the 4. And then you got the middle 2 fingers.
Index in the middle. Oh,
This is middle and ring. 2 times. Then you got 2, 4. And then you have the last 2 fingers. Perfect. Okay, so we got to make sure that this is kind of smooth, and you just kind of rotate through all of these pretty well. Your rhythm is correct. You got the rhythm right, but we also want to be able to transition smoothly from one to the next one. So maybe we'll slow it down just a little bit so you can get that accurate there. You want to try that again?
So. And then, oh wait, index and middle. Oh, sorry.
Let's close this because now you kind of know what you're supposed to do, right? Good. Perfect.
And it's
Can you make sure to watch your fingers? And then the last 2, pinky. Pinky ring.
So wait, it's 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4,
Right.
and then what?
3, 2,
3, 2.
4, 2, and then 4, 3.
Got it.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so that's the order.
2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 3, 2, 4, 2, 4, 3.
Yeah.
Right?
That's perfect.
Alright, so
All right, just keep watching your fingers as you do this. Alright, so that's pretty good. Now, let's focus on the technique things here. So the first thing to know is that playing slow and careful doesn't really count. Okay, we're looking
Done.
for
Okay.
specific problems in your technique. The first thing is your actual posture. So
Right.
you want to be sitting with the guitar on the left leg and stuff like that, nice and
I'm
comfortably,
worried
right?
about that.
Yeah. And
I'm not a fan, but it's okay.
and then the thing that we need to do is to make sure your pick is also in the correct posture. Your fingers, we're going to work on that later, but the pick thing, let's try to work on that too a little bit. Because we're only going to be on one single string. We're not even going to move between strings. So if we can just pick correctly on one string, we're going to have a good time. This is the key here. You can see the pick. What I'm doing
Well,
here.
you know what? But he's got his those 2 fingers on the guitar.
Yeah.
Like,
So this is the
do you
thumb
like
here.
that?
Well, this is my hand.
Right. Oh, all right. Right.
So this is the way I pick. See, I got my thumb here, which is
Right.
why do we do this stuff? Why is my thumb
Just
across the strings?
For muting, I guess.
I'm muting the low strings, right? And what about these fingers here?
I guess you're
Muting the high strings, right? So the only string we hear is this one, correct?
Yeah.
So what you're gonna want to do is put your hand here, okay, and then you're gonna take your other hand and scratch the strings like this.
Alright, so muted, and then these 2 muted.
Just scratch. That's good. Perfect. Alright. Okay, and so as you see number 1 here, it says correct picking, right? We can pick it 3 times. So you're gonna pick 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and then scratch a few times. So like this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and I got some bad sounds there, so I'm gonna try that again. I just want to make sure that mid picking is good position. It's a little tough. Wow, so that sounds correct. That sounds like you're doing this right. Alright, can you confirm? Yeah, I couldn't really see, but are you doing this right? It sounds like
Yeah.
it sounds right. Okay, here's the thing though. When you're done picking, right, after the 3 moves, we don't want to move your hand to reposition it. It's got to sort of land in the correct spot. Okay, you know what I mean? So you see how after you pick, you're kind of correcting your pick's position.
I'm just putting it back above the top so that my
Well,
thumb
right, that's
on
what I
top-
mean. Like, we don't want to do that. But wherever it ends up, that's where it's got to stay. See?
So what if I...
But when you go upwards, that's good. When you go downwards... The reason why we pick 3 times is because I wanted to go from, like, one position to the other position, right?
See, it's hard, like, when you've got, you know, you're trying to mute the top 3 and not
Yeah.
the 4th.
Right. It's hard. So I think what's happening here is you might want to pull your arm up a little bit more.
Like this?
Other way. Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah. So you have a little bit more that. And do you notice how my thumb here, it's pulled inwards a bit so that the pick sticks out past the thumb? That's
Got it.
important as well.
Okay.
Yeah. And okay, so now try this again. So again, we don't want to like reposition it and try to, you know, we want to, wherever it finishes, you You gotta keep it like that. Okay, and now also what you want to do is curl your hand inwards. Rotate your wrist towards you. Rotate your wrist like this. Twist your wrist.
Oh, like that or like that?
Yeah, other way. That way a little bit.
Like up.
Okay. Yeah, like that exactly.
Like if I do that, my hands come off.
Well, you don't want your hand to come off, but if you're rotated this way, it's gonna be hard. So it's good to be rotated inwards.
Got it.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, now it's important to make sure that the scratch is correct before continuing the pick. So we make sure that there's only one string when you're on the downside. Keep scratching it and like reposition a little bit. Right, 1, 2, 3. Now just to make sure. You come up. This is not a very good position to hold. That sound. You see how I got this extra sound coming out? I don't want to, you know, I want to fix that, so. Okay, let me see if I can get a little bit of distortion here. Again, this is difficult, so you're kind of getting this, but I want to make sure that it's perfect as well. All right, you want to try one more time? Lots of sound here, so twist the wrist, twist the wrist. Yeah. Nice. Watch that thumb. Make sure the thumb is touching these 3 strings here. See, when you twist your wrist in towards the strings, your thumb is going to have a really nice time just pushed in there. And that's why we twist it in. Your thumb is in. You twist it the other way, your thumb is going to be kind of up. Nice. On that side, it's not so good. That's really good. Pretty good. Is it? What about these fingers? Are these fingers touching the strings as well?
They weren't on the last one, but they are now.
Okay. Nice. There you go. Okay. Okay, so we're having some success here, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. So this is part 1. We're gonna go do a loop on this. Means we're gonna spend like a little bit of time on each one. Let's go to the second one, which is gonna be slow and perfect. This is when we start doing finger poking and the squeeze test. So essentially here, we don't want to be moving fingers. So we're gonna start here with the first one. And I'm not squeezing yet, but I'm just gonna start picking violently and then start squeezing softly until I hear the sound. That's the squeeze test. Once I hear it, I'm gonna start poking my fingers and making sure that they're relaxed. And then I'll try the next one. Feel a little tension in this finger. Now we reset, and we try the next finger. Push these fingers. I'm just trying to be careful here, really slow and delicate. Push the fingers, back down. Push the fingers. So that way when I put my finger down, there's no other motions, and the other fingers are not like, it's not doing this. and then like
Right,
here
right.
and there. This, you know. We don't want that.
Minimal movement of the other fingers.
Minimal
is what I'm
movement of the other fingers. Not too much squeezing either, because a lot of people tend to squeeze too hard, so we're going to sort of work on both of them at the same time.
saying. Got it.
Okay? And the finger poking is really important to make sure that the other fingers are also relaxed. As one finger squeezing, the other fingers, not only are they not moving, but they're also super relaxed and malleable when you poke them. They should
Right.
they should be really loose.
Okay.
So let's see if you could do that on the left hand here. One finger at a time. Nice. And just reach over and poke. And when you poke, go ahead and extend the fingers a little bit. Yeah, and poke them like that. Okay. Do you feel any tightness?
No, they're completely
Pretty good? Nice.
like a dead hand.
Let's reset this and try the next finger. And then just poke and extend. Right.
Pretty
Very
good.
good.
I think he was a little uptight there.
It's okay. We just practice this a little bit. We keep moving to the next fingers and stuff. Nice. We just come back to the ring finger now.
Yep, he likes to get a little tight on this hand.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. Alright, very good. So these are just two basic warm-up exercises. For the next part is the now relaxation speed, which is muted playing, which means we're not going to squeeze at all. We're going to play the exercise, but we're not going to squeeze. So it's like this. Want to try that?
Sure.
No squeezing. I'll do this first without a metronome, but we're going to put on a metronome pretty soon. Once you're done with that, you want to actually combine the last part with the beginning part. So it should kind of come down like this. Nice and smooth like that. Try the last part, last two fingers.
So.
And then you're going to connect the end to the beginning. And then continue the beginning. Notice I'm making mistakes here with my finger.
So you're saying go basically start exercise one from the beginning. Basically, once you come back
Yeah.
to the first finger,
Yeah, yeah,
so you're
exactly.
going.
The last two fingers?
Yeah, I did it backwards.
Yeah, and then continue it.
Start from the beginning, like muted.
Uh, yeah, so at the end, I just want to make sure you got the end right, so you're kind of doing the last part. Okay, you want to try just the last part to the beginning?
So
Nice and slow. Yeah, that was pretty good. Okay. So, well, yeah, that was okay on the relaxation speed. Let's try it one more time. The thing is, though, we're going to work on your synchronization on the last one here. We're having a little bit of synchronization issues. Are you noticing that?
yeah, no, for sure.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
the next. That's see, we got this already. We got this set already. Like that's going to be already one of our practice exercises. We'll come back to that though. Let's go to staccato here. Staccato means you're going to stop the sound immediately, right? Is that okay?
Yeah. All right. So.
Let's try that one. Keep it going. Try to do. We're gonna do 2 reps, at least, of each. All right, that was pretty good. So now on this last one here, part 5, we're gonna do the same thing, but we're gonna play normally now. But I'd like you to focus 100% on getting the synchronization correct. So we shouldn't get any misses here. Do you know what synchronization means? You're gonna hit exactly the same time. The pick hits the string, the finger's there.
I do.
Okay, let's focus on that thing for the last one. It's just normal playing here.
Okay. All right.
So that's staccato. Let's go normal play. Yeah. Okay, so that one there, I think the synchronization was a little bit off a little bit. So
Yeah,
if
it
I was
definitely
giving
was
you
for the 2-3, the 4-2,
yeah.
and the
So what do you think is the
4-3.
solution to solve that?
I mean, just maybe slow down a
Play
little
it
bit
slower,
to
right? Okay, that's perfect.
achieve perfect
Okay, so
synchronization.
let's now turn to a metronome. So a metronome, the reason why you're probably not getting this quite right is because we don't have a metronome. So, you know, you're playing as fast as, you know, whatever, you're playing at whatever comfortable speed you feel good at. But we want to measure that speed and we want to control that speed so that way we can sort of figure out, well, what speed do you have these problems at? And, you know, what speed do they go away at? What speed can we play to fix those problems? And then how can we move that up so that way you can play faster without having those problems appear?
Right, right.
All right, so let's
Got
use
it.
a metronome. All right. Let's see if we do the first one, the posture thing. And just, you know, 1, 2, 3, and then scratch a couple times. We're going to go through the loop.
Okay.
Is your pick in the proper posture? Does it look like this?
I mean, more or less.
Okay. Is the thumb...
Jesus. It's really hard to get it where when you're finishing down.
Uh-huh.
I guess if I like you said, roll my wrist.
Yeah, roll the wrist a little bit and stick the pick out further. Yeah, pick out, then roll the wrist. It's pretty good right there. Nice. You got this. Now, try to keep that same I guess I should switch this around, because I want you to keep the same grip for the next thing, but, you know, yeah, I guess I do have to switch this around. Okay, so let's go slow and perfect. Let's do the finger poking thing. Alright, so it's just a squeeze test. Go with the clicks here. Try to make it rhythmic with the clicks. Right? And then do the poking. Finger poking. So what you want to do here is to not squeeze at first, and then squeeze gently, so until you barely hear the sound. Yeah. Right. And then just poke the fingers. You're gonna like use the clicks as like a time, like how many clicks are gonna go by, count them, and then switch to the finger, you know. So let's say you got 4 clicks before you have to switch fingers. So you can do 4 clicks for while you're squeezing. 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then... Perfect. Okay. This is pretty good. Nice. And to make it faster, all we'd have to do is either do less clicks, so you could do like 3 clicks or 2 clicks to put the clicks faster, and then you get faster speed there. Let's try the next one here, which is going to be relaxation speed. So you want to kind of go back to that same picking grip that you had. That was really good. And you don't want to go back to your old picking grip, because if you go to your old picking grip, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. That's why I said maybe we should switch this around. But now, I'm going to go to this picking grip here. We're going to do a relaxation speed, so no squeezing. All right, with the clicks here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Da, 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 dun, dun, dun. Twice on each.
Go through it again.
Yeah, that wasn't quite smooth there at the end. You want to try to relax here. Perfect. It's called relaxation speed, so we're trying to play this relaxed. It didn't quite work there at the end. I did one extra thing. So let me play it for you again here. This is the last part. Can you play the last 2 parts? Okay, so what I mean here is play the last part and then the first part like this here.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So go right into the first.
Yeah, go right into it. Perfect. Okay, now back to relaxation here though. Let's try to relax here. Try to go in time. Minimal finger motions, right? Okay, do you notice the big finger motions at the end there with the pinky?
Yeah.
Nice. The cool thing about the relaxation speed is like we don't have to squeeze, we don't have to do anything, we just have to barely touch it, and we're relaxing our fingers so that way we're preparing ourselves for the next stage here, the staccato speed. Let's try to get into that there.
Dope. All right.
Okay, so did you notice how the picking grip kind of went back to the original ways?
I did
And
not actually. I was focusing too much on my left hand.
right. We want to try to keep the picking grip consistent so that it's always nice and tight along that single string where you're muting everything else around it. All right? Because otherwise what happens is your pick starts to do this stuff. Jumping up and down basically. Now we got one last little drill here. Yeah, let's try to keep that picking grip for the last one here, which is the synchronization speed. So playing it normally, but trying to time it exactly right so you hit the strings at the exact same time when you pick. Let's try that one there. And just try to keep the picking grip here consistent. So no staccato though. Alright, so here at this point, we gotta ask ourselves, how was it going through this? And should we go faster or should we go slower?
Well, I don't think I got the synchronization down very well. I mean, quite honestly, it was
Okay.
mediocre. I would say,
Okay,
at least for
so
at
that's
least
good
for
that you noticed that.
the parts that were not included. Like, anytime I had the one, like the. I mean, I can do the 1 and the 2 pretty well, but it's the anytime I got the I mean even the. I mean, it's not perfect. It starts to fall apart a little bit. So
Yeah, it's not really
I was
about
going 90 beats per minute in
90
4/4
beats?
time.
Okay.
That was about. I mean, I could definitely do like probably faster with just the 1/2 or the 1/3 or the 1/4.
Sure. But remember, this isn't really about speed here yet. First, it's about getting your posture correct and the technique principles. So let's go to 60 BPM and repeat the same thing at 60 BPM. We'll slow it down by about 30% there. Okay. And then just try to make it really nice and perfect. And then what you can do is use the...
So start with
first,
staccato?
yeah, first we're going to start with this here. I'll just put this big red here. Start on this one. This is the first one to start with. Slow and perfect finger poking. Okay, so that's pretty good. Let's go to the next one, which is the posture. So correct picking position here. And get that scratching going on. So we don't need any fingers here. Yeah. Alright, now let's keep that grip And we'll go into the relaxation speed. That's pretty good. Keep that same grip and go into relaxation.
Okay.
Nice and slow here. Watch the pick too. Pretty good. You got good on the timing there. We gotta watch the timing. Keep the fingers relaxed. Minimal motion. And then keep checking the pick to make sure that it's still that good grip. Stay in time. Minimal motion. Check the pick. Minimal motions here. Relax the fingers as much as possible. That was a good transition there. One more round. Keep in time. Watch the timing here. Minimal motions. Watch the pick. Nice. Stay in time. Minimal motions. Relax. Nice. Okay, we're good. Now, staccato speed. Keep the same concept going. Staccato speed. Relaxing. Keeping the pick going. And staying in time. It's intense, man. Watch the pick. Stay in time. Try to stay in time. Watch the pick. Minimal motions. Relax the hand. Now, back to normal playing here. Normal playing. Synchronization. Nice. All right, so that was much better on synchronization. I have a quick question. Do you have one of these things?
Yeah, I'm on.
Yeah,
I
you've got them.
it.
Okay. Yeah, I can't remember if you did. Nice.
I'm on it right now.
Perfect. So how was that one? That one there, when we went through this one, was much better, right?
It was definitely better synchronized. That is
Yeah.
no question about that.
Okay, and the other ones, you gotta sort of, implement this all together. It's all. Have you noticed that, the timing, the rhythm part, is very, very important, because if you don't get the rhythm right, you're not really gonna be relaxed, and then you're gonna be not synchronized, and then
Right.
and then it kind of all breaks from there. So being in time is critical to getting everything perfect. It's like being a soldier, and when you do it like that, when every single motion is repeated the same way, well, remember that practice doesn't make perfect, right?
Yes.
What is practice? What does practice make?
Practice
Not perfect.
makes,
Practice
I
makes
don't know, improvement, I guess?
permanent.
Permanent.
So however you practice, it's going to stay that way.
Right.
Right? That's why we have to slow these things down and make sure you practice correctly. And I don't care how fast we do it, but if you do it slowly and correctly, you're going to keep that same perfection, or that same permanent grip. Your grip's been going to become permanent. These motions will become permanent if you keep doing them. But
Right.
if you don't practice this way, and you go back to how we were doing things before with the sort of the casual, informal guitar playing, well, practice makes permanent, so it's going to stay that informal way.
Got it. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. All right. So we don't have to do this all the time, but it's kind of like something that you do sort of slowly. You start to integrate this, like, it's kind of like this new skill, this new technique that you're doing. It's kind of like you've got a little plant here, or no, let's say it's a side project. It's like a little Lego set, all right? And you put the Lego set, you start building it, but it's a big Lego set. It's gonna take some time to build this thing. It's like the Millennium Falcon Lego set. So you're gonna start building it a little bit at a time, and you might spend 30 minutes on it or something, and then you go and do other stuff, right? You do other stuff.
Right,
you do other
right.
stuff. That Lego set's not gonna not gonna build itself, is it?
It is not going to build
It's
itself.
not going to build
Once
itself.
they
So
develop
eventually you
itself,
have to go
yes.
back and you start to keep building up the set. But if you wait too long, you might forget where you were last time. So you might have to be like, well, where was I last time? So you might have to sort of take 2 steps back or review it, what have you. But the thing is, it's still going to be built sort of pretty much at the same level. So you keep building onto that additional Lego set until you finally build it all up at the end. All right, so
I hear
that was
you, man.
pretty good with this. Do you want to try this now, maybe a little faster? Or actually, let's do something else real quick for a last little jam. Let's do like a song or something like that, right?
Let's do it.
Yeah. So this thing is
That
really.
that was good though. I mean, that was actually that was helpful reminder.
Yeah.
I know we looked at that a while back. but,
Yeah. Keep coming back. I think it's fun. We built a little piece of the Millennium Falcon some time ago, and then when we came back to it, here now you continue building that Millennium Falcon, and at some point you keep building this up, and eventually you'll be pretty good at doing this regularly in your actual guitar playing when you're playing scales and stuff. And we're gonna have a way with picking exercises that will help you to integrate this stuff together. Did you notice how most of it pretty much, you have to focus a little bit on your fingers here, but it's also very much so having to deal with the pick.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, it's pick, fingers, and timing.
Pick, fingers, and timing, that's correct.
You gotta keep going back. It's actually really helpful on this metronome that I have. It's got a little visual indicator of like when it's on 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I was trying to start obviously the next set on the 1, so
Okay.
that way that's how I knew that I was still like correct. That
Alright.
the time was correct, even if maybe the time wasn't like hitting the 1 perfectly on, or like the 2 wasn't perfectly on the 2. Like at least I knew overall I was still following the 4/4 time,
All right, so that's pretty good, but I'd suggest to not look too much at the.
No, I hear you, but it's kind of helpful to look
Why?
at. So,
Why
like,
don't we want to look at anything?
Well, because
when
we're taking our focus off of our other.
Okay,
stuff.
there's yes, that's true, but there's sort of another reason.
I mean, we want to be able to
Rhythm
hear
isn't
it.
about seeing things, it's about
Sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I hear you. But
hearing
at the
things.
same time, though, like when you're playing like arbitrary stuff by yourself, and you don't have a drummer with you, you don't have a bass player with you, it's you know sometimes you need that little indicator, because I mean
Yeah,
you don't like and it sounds like crap if you're out of sync with other players, but you might not hear it as easily if you're out of sync with like your own time, so but I hear you. I
yeah.
wasn't looking at it like perpetually. I just
Okay,
every few sec every maybe like a couple minutes I was just checking to
okay.
make sure I was still on the one when I was supposed to be.
Yeah, and honestly, it's actually totally okay for you to be off. You can let a few clicks go by. It doesn't really matter, because there's nothing to play with. But anyways, so we can do a bit of points here on this one. I'm gonna go ahead and put a 3 here. Okay, maybe a 4. Because you're pretty good with this, but I want you to be able to do it pretty fast. So let's see what kind of song we could maybe play along with. Let's try a song.
I still haven't gone to Guitar Center to get that freaking thing fixed. It's been sitting in my backpack. I need to go figure that out though.
All right.
I want that to
How?
work, man. I'm certain it can work, but
Hmm?
I'm certain we can get it to work. So that
Yeah,
like,
my student
so we
kind
can
of got
type.
it to work somewhat, but
It was just laggy. It was
yeah,
annoying.
we found a way to fix that. Kinda.
I think I'll probably just end up taking back and getting that one because I
All right. So you know that song "Shine on You, Crazy Diamond"? It's actually right here. You want to try playing along with that, or do you have any particular song you want to try to play with?
No, not really. I mean, I just need to get a track on here.
All right. You want to try that song "Shine on You, Crazy Diamond"? It's actually really long, but we'll just try a couple minutes.
I really want to God, who is this by again?
You can try whatever
Pink
song you
Floyd.
want to. It's fine. Oh, it's by Pink Floyd.
No,
Yeah.
I just wanted to be able to hear it and just test a couple just to see if
Yeah.
I can get them. You know what I mean?
Oh, you mean like try to figure out what key it's in?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we could do a whole bunch of. Yeah, we could do some of those things.
Damn, this is a 25-minute song.
Yeah, just kind of go in towards. You try now. You just try testing what the key is. I already got it.
It's like an F sharp.
F sharp minor. That's an A major, correct?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you want to put this to clean tone? That might help.
I'm just gonna hear the...
Alright, you want to try another song?
This is dude, this sounds sad.
A little bit, yeah. Alright, why don't we try searching for the keyword... Oh, Jesus Christ. Sorry.
Oh shoot, I'm not charging. But I'm battery this whole time.
You want to do some more tests?
Yeah. I was trying to find how to get back to a clean tone here.
Oh, yeah.
I can never remember how to...
We'll practice more about how to play along with these things. Again, in the 5th book. It's a little difficult to play along with songs you've never heard before. Right. All good.
I think so, yeah. So
Alright, let's search for something like called random music playlist or something on YouTube. Just a random mix. And then we'll just pick random songs off of it. Unfortunately, they keep showing Pink Floyd songs, and I want some songs from just like completely random bands or something. That way it'd be a little bit more of a challenge.
Rock music.
Yeah.
Playlist.
That'll be fine. Oh, here we go. We got like Nirvana here going on.
Random metal rock playlist. Let's
Sure.
see. Skillet. We just.
Yeah, I got that one too. Let's try that.
Okay. I've never heard of these songs though.
Yeah. Never heard of them. That's fine. Alright, I figured it out. Which key is it? You got it? D sharp, E flat. Yep. Next one. Or do you want to play with it with a little bit?
So,
Try it for like 2
it's like
seconds.
It's a D sharp minor.
Yeah. And we're practicing with the pentatonic 2-string pentatonic groupings.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Yeah. Make sure that we don't do the regular pentatonic scale, because that one sucks. We want to use pentatonic groupings. Next one, Wheatus.
I guess I can get that next one. That's fine.
Yeah, just kind of keep going down the list here. This is what I have to do when I'm at like parties and stuff and I got my guitar. It's like people put on these random songs I never heard of and I'm like, alright, well, I guess I gotta play along with it. It's tough. Especially if you never heard it. All right. Which key is it?
E major.
E major. Nice. Next one. Easy.
This is a soundtrack to something.
Which key is it?
E sharp major.
Not quite, but sort of.
Wait. Oh, F major.
F major.
E sharp major.
All right. Next one. Nice. Make sure to play in all 3 octaves. We get the high strings, the mid strings, the low strings, a little bit of each.
A sharp.
All right. Next one.
Is that A sharp minor?
You got it. A sharp what?
A sharp minor?
That's right. All right.
Oops.
See how easy it is?
It is actually, yeah.
Super easy.
Making it sound good is a whole other story, but
Making it sound good, like I said, it's gonna be a little hard, but we'll keep working on different improvising and riff making exercises. You'll get the hang of it.
this is a great song, dude.
Oh, what?
That's a great video.
You found it.
It's like a B sharp.
And C. Next song?
I totally get it now.
Yeah.
Can I say next?
It's good, man.
Dude, I have to get an ad blocker on this phone.
Yeah. YouTube Premium.
Oh, that's right. You can get YouTube Premium. Does that have like TV channels on it too, or is that a different thing?
Yeah, it has music or something. Or, I don't know what it has. I kind of canceled it. I mean, I'll just deal with the ads. I think they're gonna get so annoying. I'm gonna have to restart it. Alright, Nice. So that's our A minor again, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. All right, man. So I guess we kind of figured that out.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think next thing would be to like, I mean,
Well, we gotta figure out how to do good riffs.
for sure.
That's kind of what I squared out here. Riff making. Nice.
Mama told me when I was young, sit beside me,
It's like a B major with
my only son. Listen closely to what I say. If you do this some sunny day. Don't live too fast. Troubles will come, they will pass. Like a woman, you'll find love. Don't forget, son, there is someone up above. And real simple.
wait. Yeah, it's definitely just a B major.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're gonna find pretty much every song is in either just a regular old minor key. It might be in harmonic minor, but you could still play in a regular minor key to work. Especially with pentatonics. Makes
That's
everything
dope,
work.
That's really cool.
Yeah. All right, man. So I guess that's pretty good for today. We're pretty close to getting this stuff done, but like, I want to start rolling some dice here and just kind of reviewing some of these things before we move forward, because I want to get good scores on these. Yeah, you got the first couple here pretty well, but we got riff making. We want to do a little bit more of the unlocking pitches. Alternate picking and the 2-finger speed. It's mostly just this technique stuff, and then the riff making that I want to focus on. Technique and riff making. It makes sense, right?
For sure.
You kind of feel like those are your two weaker areas, right?
I mean, it's also been like pretty much everything we've done since we've done that. We've done it, like we've used it, or we've like utilized it to some extent. So I feel like going back to it now might be a little bit easier than like looking at it for the first time.
You mean
know?
riff making?
Yeah, like, because I mean, like, even when we're just improvising and stuff like that, like
Yeah.
you're doing, various.
You're making riffs.
I mean, yeah, not in the same organized fashion as that, but
Right.
yeah, I think it would be good to go back to it for sure.
Yeah, riff making. Well, we're gonna have to do riff making always. Like, that's. What do you think is the guitar player's most important job?
I mean, make riffs.
To make riffs.
Yeah, to
So
add some flavor to the song.
Yeah, exactly. So this is Triad plus 1. That's the first riff making version. But as we continue into the next book, there's going to be more riff making exercises with more complex things. It's pretty much all going to be the same, but we just have to add more notes into it to make it better.
All right, man. Let's get through it. Let's get through this book.
Awesome. Well, we're almost done here, and
For
getting
sure.
into the next one's going to be pretty intense, dude.
We'll do it, man. We'll do
Nice. Try to keep working on the technique stuff and some of this picking things here.
it. All right, I'll warm up with it.
Yeah. All right, cool, man. So I guess that was pretty good. I'll see you around, okay?
All right, dude. I'll
Sweet,
see
man.
you next week.
Awesome. Peace, peace.
All right, man.